Alright, so you guys were wondering what I was talking about in my little teaser video. Well, guess what? Here we are on the horse aggravation map, and we're going to take a look at the new NEXAT DLC. So first thing we want to do is go into the shop here, and if we scroll all the way to the bottom, we will see the NEXAT in its own little miscellaneous category. Now we can also go to the DLC or mods and DLC section here and find it here as well. Either one works, whichever one works best for you. Probably can even find it in here under N for NEXAT. Yep, right there. So whichever way works best for you to find it. And it looks like, okay, so these three are the NEXATs, and then all the tools that attach to these would be other brands that are related to them, I guess. That's the way to put it. And yeah, looks like everything is here for the NEXAT. So what all do we have in this lovely pack? Well, we got ourselves quite a few items here. We've got the carrier vehicle, which is the main machine here, and a little information about it. Let's see, NEXAT, it's a real life system, and it is modular design, utilizes a wide-span carrier vehicle equipped with interchangeable modules, which is what all these are here, enabling it to perform various tasks such as tillage, sowing, planting, protection, and harvesting. Modules can be swapped by a single person in under 10 minutes, streamlining farming operations. So this is a real thing in real life, and yeah, you can check that out. NEXAT has a nice handy website with a bunch of info on it. And then we've got the DLC here. Okay, so the carrier vehicle basically is the main machine that will operate everything else. And when you're starting out, you really just need one. If you got millions of dollars laying around, then you can get multiples. But obviously it's pretty expensive. It's $655,000, so kind of adds up fast if you get a bunch of them. Now for this video, I did buy a bunch just to be able to easily kind of jump back and forth between the different tools and whatnot. But you really just need one in a normal operation, at least one per person. So if you want to run more than one, you can. So you're not limited to one, but you really only need one if you're just farming by yourself. Anyway, so we've got a slurry module, which you can attach your, what is this, the cultivator and slurry distribution. So I guess it cultivates and distributes slurry at the same time. Am I getting that right? Let me look this up real quick. Doesn't say. Oh, details. Here we go. Nope, just says 14 meters wide. So I don't really have much information on there, but it looks like it would cultivate and put the slurry in the soil at the same time. That's kind of neat. Okay, we'll go with it. So you could probably do this after every harvest, I believe. And then we've got the seed hopper. Now, this slurry module will only connect with the Tronic NX 1400 here. So if you want to use this, you have to have this type of thing. Okay. Now, I haven't tried to connect it to the other stuff, but I think it's specific for the slurry there. And then the seed hopper, we can connect the what is this? The Discaro, which is the Vardenstad Carrier NX, the Vardenstad Inspire NX, and the Vardenstad Tempo NX27, and the Chopstar Max. So we've got a cultivator or disc harrow, which cultivates the fields, and then we've got a seeder here, and then we've got a planter, and then a hoe. So this will take care of weeds and such. So basically, you got this for this one to cultivate the field, get it ready, and then you've got these to plant the fields, and then you've got this to take care of your weeds. Now, this one will only do the small and medium sized weeds between the crops. So you can only do that on the first growing stages of the crops. Anything beyond that, basically, if you can do crop damage or yeah, if you can damage the crops while driving on them, then you can't use this. So something to keep in mind there. But yeah, so all four of these work with this unit. Now, as far as your seeds and your fertilizer, you only need them for the seeders and the seeder and the planter here. Okay. Um, but to be able to use any of these tools, you need this item. Now, unfortunately, if you're hauling all this to the farm, you would hook up to your if you own all these or buy them all at the same time or whatever, you would have to hook up to the slurry module, then hook up to the attachment for that, take that to the farm, drop both of those, come back for the seed hopper, and then you would have to pick up each one of these individually and take them to your farm. Okay. It's a process, but once you get everything to your farm and you're because you're not going to use them like one after another in most cases, uh, at least until we get a mod out that will transport these. Now, I guess you could use a wheel loader. We'll test that. A wheel loader and put them on a trailer, a flatbed trailer, and haul them to the farm. That might be one way to do it. But unfortunately, at release, these do not have any kind of external transports other than the NEXAT machine here. Okay, so something to keep in mind. And then we've also got the sprayer here, which is its own unit, does not attach to anything. And then we've got um, the harvester pack. I feel like it should have more stuff here because you can plant all these crops, but it only picks up these. So something to keep in mind if you're going to go to the NEXAT system and you want to use it for harvesting, this is all that it can currently harvest. I'm sure we'll get some mods or something in the future that'll expand on that. But for now, you've just got your grains and a couple little planted items here. So it's not everything that's listed, which I guess you don't really. Those are root crops, so I guess you would have to have a root crop machine for that anyway. Cotton has its own machines. Peas has their own machines. So I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Uh, and these are kind of like grass. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. So just keep that in mind. Be sure to check what all it does. This one does run at 7 miles an hour, so it's not too bad. And then you've got two headers that are compatible with it. I haven't tried any of the other headers to see if they'll even hook up, so I'm not 100% sure on that. Might try that a little later on. But yeah, so we've got two different headers here to be able to harvest product. So yeah, that's the NEXAT system here. And let's go and take a look at the main machine here. So here's our main machine. This is the NEXAT, and she's a big one. Okay. It's 24.4 tons. Um, Variable transmission. Holds 1,700 liters of DEF or diesel. Is that right? Yeah, 1,700 liters of diesel and 140 liters of DEF. Which base game doesn't really do much for DEF, but yeah, it's listed there. But if you look at it, it's got some pretty good detail. And I was kind of looking at the real life videos of the real life one. And yeah, they definitely did a real good job there. Do we have tracks? I kind of poked through here. And I don't know, maybe we'll get that in an update. But it doesn't look like we can use tracks. So that's a bummer. It looks like we just have the wheeled version. I was looking at the NEXAT website, and a lot of the ones they showed had tracks. So maybe it's a limitation in the game. I'm not really sure. But it would be cool. Maybe they'll come out with an update that has the tracks. Maybe this early access doesn't come with that yet. We'll see. But yeah, we'll get there. Okay, so yeah, I've already bought a bunch of these, and we'll go ahead and take a look at them in the field and see how they do. All right, so let's take a look at the new NEXAT. Well, right off the bat, I'm learning something real quick here. It matters the order that you buy these in because you want to load on I guess, the right side here. You want your stuff on the right side. So I should have bought these in the opposite direction, but that's fine. We can finagle it and we can figure it out. Okay. Now this thing is a little bit tricky to navigate because of the way it steers. I don't think there's enough room, but I'm gonna try. Let's see if we can snaggle it in here. Yeah, there we go. We got this. Takes a little bit of getting used to on the driving aspect of things, but yeah. Okay, so something cool here is once we're kind of lined up, we want to hit our uh, in on the keyboard it'd be X. If you look at your little helper menu up there, you can see what the button is, but you want to, what is it? Enable work mode. Notice how it's got the lines there. So what those lines mean is it will automatically hook up if I wanted to. So you can do the automatic attach alignment. So if I hit O, gotta hold O. See, it's automatically lining itself up to hook up. Basically, those green lines are where you want to be lined up for this to be able to get the attach tool symbol there. And of course, you can manually drive it to that position if you like. Now for this piece, I should be able to just drive over it here. Let's see. And you do have to put the tank on before you can put the what do you call it? The field tool. Yeah, before you can put the tool on. So hit X. Oh, not X, not X, Q. Figure it out one of these days. Okay, now that we've got everything hooked up, we're currently in work mode, so we want to get out of work mode. Let's see, turn on, pressing G to select the main machine. Enable transport mode, there it is. Okay, and that'll put us into the road mode, basically. And now we can drive it on out of here. Okay, so here we have the slurry set up, and I was kind of curious if it did cultivate the field. it says it did, so let's go ahead and just put it to work. Yep, definitely cultivates it. Is it putting digestate down? So yeah, it cultivates and um, fertilizes the field at the same time. So that's a good step to get started with. Not bad. Okay. I was kind of curious about that. Let's go ahead and raise this up. Now it's got a couple different, it's got different modes here that we can do. Let's go ahead and get in the road here. Watch traffic show up. Oh, slow down, slow down. Did that tear up the field a little bit? Alright, so these are large tires, so they will cause crop damage. Something to keep in mind, especially if you want to use the sprayer module. Okay, so let's go ahead and change it to the road mode. So let's press our G to go here. Enable transport mode. We press X, and it's got a nice little animation for this process. Does it do the front first? Yeah. So it puts a little stopper down, or step down, picks up the tires, brings them in. Now we're in road mode, and we're the width of one lane of traffic. Now, steering is a little bit tricky on these, and you can change it. Let's see, where's it at? Okay, I thought you could change it. Was it just for the keyboard? Okay, so we cannot change the steering mode in transport mode, so let's go ahead and enable work mode again. Takes just a second for it to update. Of course, a car is out right in the way. Oh, goodness. Let's pull forward a little bit and get out of the way. Let that car pass. Okay, so in this mode, we can steer, of course. So there's a left turn and a right turn. So the rear wheels are steering here. Let's see. Steering mode, rear wheel steering. Here's all wheel. So I think we get a little more, it turns a little sharper when it's all wheel. Where's it at? Steering mode and then front wheel. It doesn't really turn on a dime. It's not bad though. It takes a little getting used to. I'm not even used to it. Especially if you're moving along pretty quickly while in this mode and you turn, it can get a little questionable, I guess is the word we'll use. Okay, so let's do rear wheel. It feels close to the same. I guess that's really what you want. And I don't know, I guess if you've got the harvester, you would only want rear wheel, maybe? Hard to say. Okay, and what else can we do here? I think we can move the cabin. Oh, wrong button. So you can move the cabin on out. Oh, you can bring it all the way back around. Wow. So it's got a pretty good radius there. And you can bring it all the way in. And then if you change into the in-cab view, you've got a pretty good view of your area here. Now, when I first started messing with this, I think default's right around here, right? You've got, I want to say it's in here. Got this big screen right here, and it's hard to see. But once I realized you can move the cab, I was like, oh, okay, this ain't so bad. So you can adjust it so that you can see better. Now, if you've got eye tracking or head tracking or whatever, you'll be able to lean around in the cab to be able to change your views so that you can see better and whatnot. But yeah, the inside of the cab is pretty detailed. I don't know if I don't think it has passenger support. I haven't noticed it at least. So that buddy seat might remain empty. Got some cup holders at least. Let's go back on the outside here. I think that's everything I can really show as far as the different features that it offers. So we'll go ahead and go back into transport mode and we'll park it out of the way. You do have to be a little bit patient with it when it's doing its little transformation. Yeah, see me wobbling. It drives a lot different than any of the other equipment for sure. So it'll take some getting used to. All right, next down the line was the cedar setup. And this one is the Descaro, I believe. Or is that the weeder? No, I think that's the hoe. So that one will take care of your weeds. Okay. Now you don't have to have anything in the tanks. You just have to have the module to be able to pick up that tool. Got these a little spread out here. And here's the harvester module. And here's the sprayer module. Here's a seeder. I think that's the seeder. The other one I think is the planter. I think this one's the cultivator, I believe. Yeah. That's the cultivator. It just has to have that to be able to attach. Which one is this one down here? I should have turned my fast walk on. That wheel's off the ground. Let's park the cricket. This would be the planter, I believe. Yeah, I think this one's the planter. Okay, so now we've got this thing rocking and rolling. We're gonna go ahead and pull over here. We've got a little bit more room to kind of show it off. We'll go ahead and park it right here. Okay, so what options do we have here? We can select the seed, turn on the seeder, enable work mode, close the cover, change tank partitioning. So it looks like we can change which tanks are used for what, I guess. Now this is gonna dump a bunch of seed and stuff on the ground, so let's see what happens. Okay, so I put all the seeds on the ground. Did it not? Yeah, it sure did. Okay, so now we've got 2,500 for seeds, 18,000 for fertilizer. Don't think anything changed there. Not enough space to unload. Oh, I gotta move. Okay. Okay, there we go. So we can kind of give more room for seeds, it looks like. So we got tempo and inspire. And it basically just trades the room for seeds versus fertilizer. So if you want to be able to haul more seeds, or more or less seeds basically. So inspire is more seeds, tempo is more fertilizer. Okay. And I'm not too worried about filling these up. I'm not gonna run it right this second. Let's see, what other options do we have here? Okay, let's change it to work mode. Okay, now we're in work mode. Basically, it works just like any other seeder as far as the process goes. You can change the seed type between the ones that are available for the tool type, basically for the seeder or planter. This one's the planter. Let's see. Closed covers. So that's cool. Okay, so it's got covers. Turn the seeder on. We can unload it and change the steering mode and move the cabin. So yeah, other than that, it's pretty basic to what a seeder can do. I'm gonna back it up a little bit, and we'll take a look at the detail here. Yeah, so it's got some pretty good detail. Lots of hoses and connections and wires and uh, the different mechanics that make it all possible. So, I mean, look at that. Little plugins. They definitely did a real good job here. Different hoses to go to different things, and uh, there's a manifold there. Tons of, I guess, for the hydraulics. Got a bunch of connectors here, and the tool itself. And of course, we've got the labels, which is cool. It's cool. It's really neat to see those. Yeah, it's just a ton of detail, really. The overall detail on the machine is definitely really well done. Um, you can see stuff through the grate there. Yeah, so they put some time into this. What else? We got another cedar tank there, which is basically the same. Let's take a look at the sprayer here. It's got a lot of good detail on this module. We got hookups, so I wonder if manual filling would connect to these maybe. Control modules, wires and such. Lots of good detail. Definitely like the amount of detail they've been putting into all the new equipment. I think they started really getting into like these little things in 22. Near the end of it, they started getting real good with it. I think Platinum was the first one that was like, whoa, they really did a good job here. So it's cool to see that continuing on to as we evolve through the different versions of the game here. I guess we could take a look at this unit next. The sprayer, I'll go ahead and hop in it. Let's convert to work mode. Let's see. I gotta make sure you have the main one. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Things did not go well there. This is probably not going to be good here. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I meant to move it first. Okay, unfold again. So it's got a pretty good span on it. What was this? 56 meters? How much did it show? Oh, of course it's got to save. Oops, if I go in the right menu too. 56 meters. So it's a pretty good span. Not a bad span here. And you can raise it up and down. So it's a pretty nice little setup, yeah. Good detail on it. Okay, let's go back to the harvester here. And let's go ahead and we'll go to work mode. Do I have the other one already working? I think I've already got one working. But we'll take a look at this guy first. Maybe I don't have the other one working. I'll have to look. Yeah, let's take a look at the detail that it's got here. Lots of good little things. Very cool to see. Lots of lines, hydraulic lines and such. Locker arms. Definitely some really good detail here. Chain guard. Oh, gear guard. There's not a chain there. That's a gear. Probably belt driven, maybe? Yeah. Well, you know, the main purpose of these is to be able to easily and quickly swap between the different modules so that you can use this same piece for more than just harvesting or planting or whatever the stage is that you're doing. Let me hop into the one that's active in this field and we'll see it at work. All right, we got this thing going. Oh, oh, okay. So you gotta be gentle on your turning, otherwise you make a lot of turning really fast. I'll move this where I can see a little better where the header is here. I think that's a pretty good view. What do you think? It's definitely a little touchy for the steering part of it in this mode. But I guess if you're running GPS, you probably won't really notice it that bad because it'll be a little smoother. But I also have my controller a little sensitive, I think. But yeah, she looks good doing the harvesting here. Oh, I've got the dirt maxed out and the wear maxed out, so you can see how detailed the dirt wear is on this thing. And yeah, they did a pretty good job of doing that as well. Even on the inside of the cab, we got a little wear. I guess that's where my feet would go. That's cool. Didn't even think about that. Because yeah, there would be wear on the pedals. See all the different parts moving down there as it hits bumps and whatnot. That's cool. We'll go ahead and run this until it fills up, and then we'll check it out on the unload bit. I might have to go into the field a little bit here to avoid these machines. We'll go ahead and bring this in. We might be okay. We just might be okay. Oh, you know what? I got a couple machines in the way. We'll go around them. This is just a play around farm, so I'm not too worried about things right yet. Actually, once we get over by these trucks, we'll go ahead and unload. Let's see how she looks. definitely a little awkward from what I'm used to as far as the turning goes. Definitely. Okay, let's pipe out. It's the same button as you would expect from any other harvester for the pipe out. So as far as like the function of it, it's identical to what you would be used to. It's just basically a different machine. Okay, let's go ahead and hop in this truck here. And let's see how she looks unloading. Do I have... There we go. Make sure no cars are coming. Couldn't be. Got the road pretty well blocked. Guess I had... Oh, nope, it's on. And the harvester open to catch it before it finishes. So we can see some animation in there. So you can see the wheat on the inside of the storage inside the NEXAT. And she's empty. Go ahead and hide our hole there, or pipe, and get back to work. Missed a little bit there. Oopsie. So yeah, overall it's a pretty neat machine, and the practicality of it, I get it, and you know, I have been a fan of these ever since the first video I saw of one, so I'm definitely pretty excited to see it come into Farming Simulator as an official brand. We had one in 22, but it wasn't branded, and it was detailed, but not quite this detailed. So it's pretty cool seeing this come into 25 and with all the detail that it offers. And yeah, I don't know, what do you guys think? Is this something you're looking forward to, or are you ready for something else, or what do you think? Let us know what you think in the comments, and appreciate you guys checking this video out and spending the time. And hey, if you don't have this and you'd like to get it and you'd like to support FSG at the same time, be sure to click the link in the description to get it from the Giants website, and it'll help support us at the same time. So yeah, well, appreciate you watching, and we got more coming.